The Fighting Unicorn, Kimo! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to announce Paul London, scheduled to be here tonight, just couldn't quite make it. Sorry to state. We do, however, have a replacement, of course. Let's bring him out.
Started off in the backyard with barbed wire, we hardcore. Then I moved on to the indies, sold out shows all through your cities. Feel me, built a buzz, signed autographs, took some bumps and kicked some ass. I made a name and pinned a vet, and now I'm in the main event. Heart gon' stop when I hit that shot. Crowd gon' pop. Heart gon' stop when I hit that shot. Crowd gon' pop. Climb the ropes, coming off the top of the elbow drop. On the cream of the crop. To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I beat them all. That's who I am. Step into the ring, the title's on the line. Hit 'em with a punchline and a close.
And he is from Hollywood, Florida. This is Stuntman Devin Danger.
Welcome back to KOFY TV Land, Big Time Wrestling 20th Anniversary Show with Dragon Dave, Kimo, the Fighting Unicorn, Devin Danger. Originally, Paul London scheduled to make an appearance. Apparently, there's late planes, Bay Area traffic. All of you in KOFY TV 20 Land know about that, Dave.
Is that his excuse? He didn't want to come here to BTW Wrestling. Is that what it was?
Not at all, Dragon Dave. People are lining up to come to Big Time Wrestling, and there's the Fighting Unicorn.
Well, first of all, when opportunity knocks, Devin Danger answers.
He
answered the call, and he's going to get his chance right now at Kimo.
And I'll tell you, a victory tonight with all the prestige for the 20th Anniversary Show by Devin Danger from Hollywood, Florida, the stuntman, folks, taking on the Fighting Unicorn. And it's nice to see that Cliffy is all right, and there's a blow by Devin Danger. He starts out.
I thought Cliffy was dead.
No, Cliffy is not dead, folks. And children watching at home, Cliffy is just fine. And there's Devin Danger laying him in with rights and rights and rights to Kimo. And I'll tell you, 3 rights don't make a wrong here in Big Time Wrestling. A couple of boots to the boiler, and already Kimo, the Fighting Unicorn, is in big trouble.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. What's this?
What is Wait, what is going on?
You know, who's in charge of the music here?
That's James the Music Man.
Oh, please.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Not even traffic can stop this intrepid traveler.
It could be
What?
Paul London.
Wait a minute.
Time to stop my teasing and start my pleasing.
Is that you? Is that you, Hank?
No, that's Paul London. That's not me. Brunhilde wouldn't let me say something.
Wait a minute.
I must be in the fantasy.
What is this?
The world I
Wait a minute.
own is caving in on me.
What is this?
I'm gonna
London is
conquer
here.
all my troubles that I face.
What is this, American Idol?
Got to survive and live my life, 'cause you're never too young. You're never too young to die.
What's going on here?
You're never too young. You're never too young to die.
And Devin Danger is laying
Never
dodge
too young.
to Kimo.
You're never too young to die.
I don't get
You're
it.
never too young. You're never too young to
Now,
die.
Devin Danger is absolutely beside himself. He doesn't know what to do
And
here
I
with the
don't
appearance
know
of Paul London.
why.
What in the world?
Well, Kimo's in trouble. I mean, you got 2 guys in the ring right now. Devin Danger is really pasting Kimo, and he introduces him to the turnbuckle. That turnbuckle tonight has seen a lot of faces and a lot of bumps.
Looks like
And here we go. Here's Devin
in
Danger. Left and right.
romance.
Hey,
I am a victim of miscircumstance.
I think the American Idol auditions are next door. He missed
Love
it.
can only last as long as it can grow.
Mel Torme sung on
Don't let it
for about
die
50 years.
or pass us by, cause you're never too young. You're never too young to die. Yeah,
You know,
you're never too young. You're never too young to die.
this is a first.
Never
I think
too
it may
young.
be a last, too.
You're never too young to die.
20th anniversary
You're
show.
never too young. You're never too young to die.
Could you please do something about this,
We've
Hank?
got to hold on to each moment
Well,
that we
I've been trying to cut your
can.
mic off, and I don't seem to
There's
be able to do it.
something else much stronger in a master plan. And all we're given here, consider it as blessed.
Well, somebody cut him off.
Might be a
like it.
learning ground, or maybe just a test. Oh!
What in the world?
Paul London coming in
Oh!
and serenading the crowd. Devin Danger beside himself now, the Fighting Unicorn Kimo. Oh, it's a Paul London. London backdrops. Devin Danger out onto the hardwood floor.
So what? Is this a three-way now? Is this a three-way
Never
dance?
too young, my friend. Not even you.
Apparently so.
And I'm old.
Well,
I made it!
well,
Nice to see Paul London. Now, referee Ronnie Washington, I guess, the championship committee has said that it's
Paul
a three-way.
London!
well. I will say one thing. That's quite an entrance.
Indeed, Dragon.
You know,
Dave.
this is the first time I ever heard a wrestler sing his own theme song as he's walking towards the ring.
Yeah, the Honky Tonk Man sings a song.
All
but not
three
when
are
he's
here,
walking.
fans. All three are in.
So I guess it is a three-way dance.
Paul London.
All right, we're waiting for the official word. Alan Bolte laid it down. Folks, in KOFY TV 20 land, I'm Hank Renner Jr. along with Dragon Dave. It's a three-way. It is Paul London with the Fighting Unicorn Kimo, and on the outside, trying to recover is Devin Danger. And I think his plan is smart now to let the Unicorn and London wear each other out, so he'll have the advantage.
So wait a minute. Is he going to wrestle in those? What is that? Is that up to code with BTW Wrestling?
Well, apparently so. I mean, this is referee Ronnie Washington, and he runs a clean house, and there's a double elbow, and down goes Devin Danger, and now Danger. Oh, look at this, Kimo, the opportunist. Kimo really taking a good opportunity to roll up Paul London, and Kimo saying, hey, you know, all's fair in love and war. 20th anniversary show, Dave. All the marbles are on the line here.
Well, yeah. And I got to tell you something. You know, Paul London, you know, he sang his way into this three-way dance.
Oh, and a roll up by London out the back door. 1.5 goes Kimo. And now these two are saying, all right, you got me for two, I got you for two. And look at Devin Danger. He's trying to recover here, shaking out the cobwebs. Speaking of cobwebs, Hawkeye Shane Cody coming up. You know, he's old enough to be covered with those, I'm telling you, Dragon Dave. And here we go.
Let me
Paul
tell you
London.
something. The only other wrestler who's older than Shane Cody is one called Emperor, but I don't know if you remember him.
Oh, I do. He's long retired, though. And here we go. Oh, Devin Danger, nobody home. Double roll up on Danger. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. Wow, that's teamwork on the part of Paul London and the Fighting Unicorn Kimo.
So is this a 2-on-1 handicap match? Is that what this has turned to?
No, this is a genuine three-way.
Yeah?
All's fair in this one now. I'll tell you, Dragon Dave, we've seen falling outs before with two wrestlers ganging up on the third, and then something goes wrong because I'll tell you, the winner of this match has to pin the other one, and it could be Kimo on Paul London. It could be Devin Danger pinning Kimo, or Paul London. It could be Paul London pinning either one of them. Or making him submit, or a count out, or stopping Uncuts or Blood. And there's Paul London with a beautiful sliding drop kick.
I think it's unfair for Devin Danger to get in this match knowing that he's being double teamed by Kimo and Paul London.
Well,
he didn't ask for this.
Well, I'll tell you, Dragon Dave, the fair comes once a year, lousy food.
Oh,
All right.
whoa!
Oh, look at that, way up high. Kimo right on Devin Danger. Danger and Paul London. Man, these guys are taking a risk here in the Newark Pavilion. It is the 20th anniversary show. All the gold, all the prestige is in order here. Kimo rolls in Devin Danger. Looks like he goes for a cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 2.5. Danger out on his own accord. And I'll tell you, Devin Danger is one tough hombre.
Yes, he is. He's a Hollywood stuntman. You know, those are tough guys. You know,
He's the
stuntmen.
guy, yeah, he's the guy that takes the fall for other people. There goes Kimo in a roll-up, and Devin Danger tries to get in there before that 3 count. Didn't quite break it up, and now look at Danger. Smart man. Staying on the rope. Oh! Clothesline into a DDT goes Kimo.
See,
There we go. There's a cover. 1, 2.
See, if I was Devin Danger, I would just lay back.
There he goes. He's pinning both of them. 1, 2. 2 count only.
I would just lay back and let Paul London and Kimo, you know, go at it, and then come in for a pin.
You know, that's your strategy with everything, Dave.
Why not?
Dave, you lay back and lay back. When do you actually do any work?
I am doing my work with my brain. I let the others do the work, and then I just come in for the pin.
Oh, I see. That's how it is, huh?
Yeah.
You just lay there. Oh, my goodness.
I'm an intellectual,
Oh, spell that, Dave.
and that's a long word.
And that is a long word. You're sounding like me. We're rubbing off. It's like an old married couple. There's a
Oh, please.
beautiful European uppercut. Dragon Dave. Paul London nailing Devin Danger, and now after Danger lays out Kimo, it's Paul London on top. Paul London with a chop and a forearm. Paul London, another chop. Another one on Devin Danger. Paul London into the ropes goes Devin Danger. Big but Devin Danger, smart wrestler, hangs on to those ropes and kicks London in the head for good measure.
Why doesn't Kimo just bring in Cliffy and make it a fatal 4-way?
Well, it would be a fun 4-way if
Yeah.
Cliffy was in it. Oh, look at that Devin Danger turn. There you go, Dave. The split-second timing you talked about, the split-second turnaround. When any wrestler is on top, it could change in a split second.
Timing is everything in professional wrestling.
It certainly is. And folks, speaking of timing, KOFY TV 20 early on Friday mornings. Check your listing. You get to listen to this guy over here to my left, Dragon Dave, and that's a 4 count by Devin Danger.
That's the best part of the show. Listen to me.
That's not what the producers say.
Oh.
You know, they told me something, you know, Dave.
What did they say?
Well, I'll tell you later. I don't want to bore the audience with the big announcement.
No, seriously, what did they say?
Well, not much. Just, you know, some changes will be made, I think.
All right.
Big suplex, vertical suplex, down goes Paul London. Beautifully done by the stuntman, Devin Danger.
Changes, you're leaving?
No, not me.
Okay.
There's a cover with a hook of the leg. 1.5 count on
No.
Paul London.
Well, I got to tell you something. You know, like, all 3 men, you know, none of these 3 men expected this. It's turned all of a sudden into a 3-way. I think quite unfair because there's a big difference between preparing for a 3-way versus preparing for a singles match.
It is much different. I mean, the films that you watch, the cardiovascular training, it's very, very different. Paul London laying into Devin Danger, and now it's London. He's going into the Unicorn. Big collision in there, and I think Kimo, the Unicorn, got the worst of that one. I saw Paul London's elbow flare up and hit Kimo right in the kisser, and now, but Kimo's recovering, lays some into Devin Danger, reverse of the whip. Kimo in hard into the turnbuckle. Danger, I don't know, that's a high-risk maneuver. Nails him with that beautiful clothesline. Now Kimo's thrown down there in Danger. I don't know, I wouldn't go to the high rent district. He's looking at both of them. I know he thinks he has one right for the pickings.
He has his
way up
pick.
there. Look at this. Oh, might be that new move. He's perfected that elbow. There it is. Right on Kimo Canaloa, right in the sternum. There's a cover. 1, 2, 2.5, Dragon Dave.
Not quite, but I got to tell you something. You know, Devin Danger, for a while there, for a moment, he looked like he was in the advantage point. He had both men laying down, and he could have just pinned either one easily. And I don't know why he didn't take advantage of that. You know, just pin.
Your mind works a different way in a 3-way match because you can't focus on what you're doing because you're always looking over your shoulder. That's the problem with a 3-way. You got nothing but enemies in there, just like a battle royal, Dave.
He's got to be able to multitask. You know, maybe I should manage Devin Danger.
Oh, boy.
You know, and I can take him to the top.
Oh, yeah. That's what Danger needs. Beautiful reversal. And Paul London goes hard into the turnbuckle. Boy, we saw the British Bulldog go in hard tonight, and that was twice as hard. Jeez. Paul London is down. Kimo is up, but almost going down. And now this is dangerous territory here. London might be in the way. Reverse of the whip by Kimo. Runs it into a roll-up. 1, 2. Shoulders are down. 2.5 counts. Kimo's up. Oh, and he runs into a back elbow of Devin Danger. Wow.
Wow, let me tell you something. Right now, Devin Danger is taking advantage of the situation, you know, because of the fact that Paul London is right now incapacitated. You know, Devin Danger is taking advantage of Kimo and hope to get a quick pin before Paul London recuperates.
Well, that's the whole idea of this thing. You know, you got to knock out the third man and then focus on the second man. And unfortunately, you know, that third man could break it up. And there's a couple of slaps by Kimo. Turns around, misses out of it. Way up high goes Kimo. Maybe a body slam here. Right in the middle of the ring. And look at the back of Kimo. That hurt. Boy,
Yes.
Devin Danger has a lot of power. And now he goes in. Oh, and there's that short leg drop that he does. That'll really rearrange your face.
And look at Devin Danger concentrating on Kimo.
Stroll moonsault, tries for the Arkansas stomp, the leg drop, popularized by Moondog Mayne in the 70s, and he misses it, and Kimo's out. You know, and London is up now. Dave, that could be a factor.
There it is. The double teaming. That's unfair. Devin Danger should be given weeks to prepare for this match.
Well, that's showbiz. That's wrestling. I mean, you've got to be able to take what's given to you. And now look at this. Now we've got a seesaw battle here. A teeter-totter right in the middle of the ring. European uppercuts being thrown. Oh, a lucha chop.
Wait a minute.
There's a chop by Kimo.
Wait a minute. Is the chop house open already?
Well, Cody's warming up. I know. His hand's on that grinding stone.
Oh. Here we go.
Danger back in, and a double chop to Devin Danger. Look at that cover by Paul London, and Kimo drop kicks off Paul London on Devin Danger, takes Danger for himself. And now I think Kimo's got to put some kind of finishing move on Devin Danger if he wants to win this. There it is, that big knee to the face, and it's time for the Bulldog. Running Bulldog, center of the ring. Now Devin's in big trouble, and we're going to see. See it, the unicorn drop here.
Oh, no. Devin, move. Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's time to change the oil there, I'll tell you.
Oh, boy.
The dipstick went in, and now Devin Danger, front atomic drop to follow it up. Insult to injury. Look at that. Standing head scissors, Hurricane Rana. Oh, my goodness, by Paul London. Clothesline over the top rope. Kimo Kanaloa. This thing is out of control.
Out of control, but you know, but at least Kimo is still in the ring. So I get, wait a minute, maybe not for long. Here we go. What's going on here? Clothesline.
Clothesline by Devin Danger. That'll take the starch out of your socks, Dave.
Stopped him right in his tracks.
Absolutely. Wind went right out of the sails of Kimo Kanaloa. He was on a roll. And where is Paul London? Look at this.
He's taking a powder.
Warming up. Oh, beautiful.
Wait a minute.
On to Paul London. Holy cow. In the Newark Pavilion on that hardwood floor.
Wow. Devin Danger went for broke. You know, going to find Paul London. You know, he connected, which is a good thing because you don't want to connect with the floor. Let me tell you.
I'll tell you, Dragon Dave. Speaking of broke, you know, I'm going broke, paying for a lot of your bills with my credit card.
Wait a minute.
And there goes Kimo. A dive through the ropes onto the hardwood floor. Paul London and Devin Danger are down. Holy smokes, folks watching at home. If you're scoring that one, I'd give it a 10.
And now the referee is counting. There may be a count out right here.
It could be a three-way count out. Now remember, the first guy in has the advantage because he'll break that count, and the other two will be counted out. So he's got to get in there before the 10 count. Provided the other two are still out there, Dave. That's how a count out works. I know you know that.
Well, but here's Paul London crawling. You know, anyway, and high-fiving the fans. Why not?
He has the presence of mind. That's a true professional.
Wait a minute.
Kimo's taking a piece of candy from a fan. Oh, I wonder if it's the Reese's Pieces that I want.
Well, it's no longer yours.
Well, I guess so. Now it belongs to Kimo. Devin Danger is starting to move. I see some signs of life from him, and Paul London keeps rolling right out of the ring. And look at Kimo. I know he said two words, and one of them rhymed with dag nabbit. Good night, Irene.
Oh, a double super kick.
Oh, triple.
A triple
for one. There it is. Both men laid out. Paul London is up. And here's Kimo. Another
there.
super kick.
Oh, wow.
Kimo Kanaloa rolls in.
Super kicks for everybody.
Indeed. Oh, look at this. Rolling cradle. 1, 2. Devin Danger just breaks it up at the count of 2 3/4.
Wow.
Holy Toledo.
That was close.
3 men now, or it must be gassed. I mean, this is the gas tank has got to be on empty, Dave.
Wow. I got to tell you something. That was just a menagerie of super kicks.
It certainly was a menagerie.
That's another long word I've learned.
Wow, you've been hanging out with me too long. There's Devin Danger into the turnbuckle. Paul London turns around. Danger up, going for that monkey flip. Look at this. Devin Danger turns it around and clobbers Paul London several times. Now Danger going up to the Danger High Red District. Anything could happen up here. Maybe a superplex.
Uh-oh.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Uh-oh.
Kimo's still down. Referee Ronnie Washington laying the count on these two guys. They get out of there, and down goes Devin Danger.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the 360, middle of the ring, 2, almost 3. Holy smokes. Paul London is so fast the way he puts that on you. I've never seen anybody do that move so quickly.
I got to tell you
Now
something.
here comes Kimo with some artillery of
Here
his
you go.
own. Oh, runs right into the feet of Paul London.
Here comes another one, perhaps.
Another one, oh boy.
Oh, no.
London. Kimo knocks London out of
He's
it.
got to take advantage.
Oh, there's a super kick to Devin Danger.
Here we go.
Kimo into the ropes. Kimo up. Nails Danger, knocked him silly. All he's got to do now is turn him over, and the count is going to go to 3. 1, 2, 3.
There it is.
Kimo Kanaloa gets the Duke.
Oh, boy.
Your winner, the Fighting Unicorn, Kimo!
Oh, God. Here you go.